Hello, everyone. Have you ever heard of sound tables or sound lounges or sound mats? These are some really popular products that are hitting the market in recent years, and they are some of my favorite things to recommend because they are some of the most beneficial sound healing tools that you can have access to in your own home. But they tend to be pretty pricey, upwards of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, depending on what you go with. And they have some other issues like taking up a lot of space in the house. So in this video, I want to show you a DIY vibroacoustic setup that I came up with and that you can possibly put together with things you already have lying around your home. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around and I look forward to sharing this with you. Hi, my name is Nicholas Penn, and I am a professional musician and a therapeutic sound specialist. My goal is to help make sound healing accessible to everyone by teaching the fundamentals of therapeutic sound and also helping make it affordable, which is why I want to show you this video because, as I mentioned, vibroacoustics are some of the best things that you can use in sound healing, and that's just a fancy way of saying getting sound into the body by putting vibrating things, instruments, directly on the body, and that's getting the vibration into the body. I've done a much more comprehensive video on this topic, and I will link that in the description, but today I want to keep it short and sweet and just give you a really quick and easy setup using things that you might already have lying around the house. Before we get into it, I do want to mention a couple of the offerings I have available on my website. I've got on-demand online courses, one-on-one sessions that you can book with me, and a variety of sound healing instruments that you can bring into your personal practice. I'll leave links to all of that in the description, and I would really love to help you begin your journey with therapeutic sound. So when it comes to the vibroacoustic setup, all you need is two things: a hard shell Samsonite suitcase and a nice bass-heavy Bluetooth speaker. So these are all you need, and you might already have this lying around the house, which is awesome. So when it comes to the suitcase, you do need a Samsonite. It's a very specific type of suitcase. You can generally find these at vintage stores, thrift stores, things like that. Yard sales are a great place to find them. And you really need this hard exterior shell. Something of a softer quality isn't going to vibrate and resonate quite as much. So that is a very key ingredient to this whole setup. But essentially, all you do is you take the Bluetooth speaker and you put it inside the suitcase and you point it at whatever surface you want to vibrate. So what we're going to be doing essentially is we're turning the suitcase into a resonating chamber. And since the sound is going to be inside of it, it will vibrate the entire suitcase. But specifically, when you point it at this surface or whatever surface you want to really be the main vibrating surface, it's going to direct the energy there and just provide more vibration to that section of the suitcase. So, suitcase, stick the Bluetooth speaker in there, close it up, turn it on, and then you can sit with your back to this surface, or you can even have it like this and you could sit on top of it like it's a meditation cushion or something like that, as long as you don't end up accidentally breaking it. But depending on the suitcase, you'll just have to test it out and see if it's going to work to sit on. And if it doesn't work to sit on, then just sit with your back to it, or you can lay on the ground and just hold it to your chest, or put it on any body part that is feeling pain, any body part that you feel needs to be vibrated. It's that simple. And if you're wondering if there's a specific type of music that's needed for this vibroacoustic setup, I do recommend bass-heavy music and really long, slow, legato, to put it in musical terms, music. But honestly, you could use anything. You could use rock, you could use hip hop, you could use classical, It's really not that different from having a sub system in your car or having some vibroacoustic tactile transducers under a theater chair, when you're in the theater and you're like getting vibrated when the explosions happen and all of that kind of stuff. It's really pretty much the same thing, except we're actually intending to use it for therapeutic purposes, not just to use it for shock and awe and like extra sensory types of stimulation. So for the therapeutic purposes, I actually do have a playlist I put together of hemisync music that I have personally vetted, and it's all really good for tactile vibration and vibroacoustic therapy. So check that out. In the description, I will leave a link to that playlist, and you can just go on YouTube, connect your phone, and just play directly to your Bluetooth speaker. And you can hum along. You can use this to augment your sound practice. I'm going to pull up my favorite hemisync track right now. So my favorite is called Interstellar Journey, but honestly, all of these are really good. The shamanic drumming ones are really cool. It's kind of like getting a massage. But if you want like just a really nice, calming, slow, pulsing, rhythmic energy, Interstellar Journey is a great choice. I'm going to turn it on. So I'm going to play it through my Bluetooth speaker, and I'm going to turn the volume up. And I'm going to put it in the suitcase. And for now, since I've got my camera set up and everything, I'm just going to hold this. And there's so much vibration. This whole surface is vibrating and pulsing with so much energy. Honestly, you can't get this amount of energy and vibration into the body with that many sound healing instruments. It's a really unique experience. It's not something you can replicate necessarily with sound healing instruments. And what's really unique about this setup is that you can have music that's full ranges of harmonic frequencies. So everything from that low bass to a high frequency range, it can all be transferred into your body. Whereas you think of something like the buffalo drum and using it in a similar way where you put the frame directly on the body and play the drum. For one, the amount of energy and vibration that I'm receiving from this is not as strong as the Suitcase was. So energetically, it's not really on the same level, and it only has a limited frequency spectrum. It's only got these, the sounds and the frequencies that you're hearing right now. That's all it's got. It can't be changed. It can't be altered, really. So when you're using a Bluetooth speaker, you have the ability to change the types of frequencies just by changing the music, because every different song, every different genre, all these different types of instruments, you can just play them through your Bluetooth speaker and get those directly into the body that way. You could put on didgeridoo music, you could put on a gong bath on YouTube, or just any recording, crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls, any recording that you can find on YouTube that has a good sound quality and has a nice bass frequency and also has, those mids and higher level frequencies too. You can use anything. So you're not limited. You're not limited by the specific instrument, such as the frequencies of this buffalo drum. So that's it. That's the DIY vibroacoustic setup. You can do this at home for a fraction of the cost of a sound mat or a sound table or a sound lounge. And quite honestly, it takes up less space in the house as well, which I think is a huge benefit. A lot of times those sound tables are quite bulky, and to have to store that in the house is kind of a bummer sometimes. Like I said, I've got a much more in-depth video on the benefits and also the contraindications, like reasons why you would actually not want to do this. I've got that in a different video, so please check that out in the description if this is something that interests you, because it's especially important if you have any of these particular issues that are reasons to not use vibroacoustics. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.